HIFU versus Sofwave. What's the difference and which is better? So this is something I get asked a huge amount on my social media in particular, and also by patients. I should say, I guess, that it's easier for me to say what's the similarity. And the only similarity between them is that they both use ultrasound technology to produce their results. How they use ultrasound is very, very different. So with high intensity focused ultrasound, the ultrasound is channeled into a beam that creates a single hotspot. So you get this hotspot of thermal energy within varying layers of tissue. So it could be 1.5, it could be 3, it could be 4.5. That's what most machines have. So that means you're passing the energy through a lot of different structures. And if your hotspot ends up in the wrong layer, say for example in the middle of the fat layer, that's when you can get fat loss. So we have to be quite careful because this can create side effects. And I would say this is again very user dependent rather than it being a blanket thing about the technology. But because you are passing through varying different layers, you can get side effects, and in some cases you can get problems. Sofwave uses ultrasound very differently. It's a newer technology using something called parallel beam technology, and this creates these kind of cylinders of energy. So you're heating a larger volume of tissue with every shot that's fired, and it's only at 1.5 millimeters, so it's purely within the skin. And for me, this is really attractive because it means we're not risking any damage to underlying structures, even if that's temporary damage. And also I know that if my patient who's had Sofwave in the future goes on to have surgery like a facelift, that the surgeon won't encounter any difficulties there. So that's really something I like very much, because many of our patients start out having non-surgical treatments and then one day they do progress and they have surgery. So we should be thinking about the impacts of non-surgical treatments on any future operations we might have. Overall, they can be used in the same sorts of areas. I personally find, having used various types of ultrasound technology, that the results I get from Sofwave, and it's a single treatment rather than a course of treatments, tend to be more predictable. So a really great lift around the eye, on average 3 to 4 millimeters. And I really also love it around the jawline and onto the neck. Another big advantage of Sofwave for me is the fact that we can treat this central band of the neck, which using other ultrasound-based technologies or heat-based technologies we tend not to be able to treat, because again, if you pass that energy down to the structures that lie more deeply, like the thyroid gland, you could run into real problems. So for me, Sofwave is a significant innovation in the ultrasound skin tightening space, and that's why we chose it to have in my 2 clinics. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, do give this video a like and give this channel a follow.